Hi there, this is Edmund Pionov, and in this very short tutorial with DaVinci Resolve, I'm going to show you how to edit one of your vlog shots. And in this case, this is going to be a 10-bit vlog shot that I filmed with my Lumix S1. And so let's dive straight in. So this is where we have this shot. And the first thing that I want to do is, okay, so I filmed, just for your information, I filmed this one in around 30 frames per second, but I want it to be a little bit slower. So I want it to be 24 frames. So that's what I will adjust right now. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll make sure that my project settings are set up properly as well. So we're going for 4K, and then the timeline frame rate 24 and the playback rate also 24 frames. Okay, let's change it, and here we go. So here we have a very nice shot of Damla that we filmed in Gran Canaria. And so what I will do is I'm just going to import the shot. There we go. It's a nice shot, smiling. I'm going to trim it a little bit like this. And there we go. So one little disclaimer. If you're going to use the free version of DaVinci, you will not be able to import and edit the 10-bit shots, meaning that you can only work with 8-bit footage. But that's why it's so worth it. By the way, if you are using like Premiere Pro, then you can easily edit the 10-bit shots. But if you really want to commit to DaVinci, then having the paid version is probably the best advice I can give you. I've been working on it for a couple of months, and before that I've been editing and grading with Premiere Pro for around, well, at least 12 years. So it wasn't easy to switch to DaVinci. However, as soon as I got familiar with it, as soon as I got used to it, it became much easier. Okay, so I'm going to keep this tutorial very short, and there are many ways to edit your vlog footage, but for this tutorial I'm just going to use a 1D lot which will translate the vlog to a normal looking, graded shot. So I'm going to add a couple of knots, and the first one is going to be lot. The second one is going to be primaries, and the last one is going to be white balance. So we're going for a very simple color correction. So I filmed this shot with Panasonic, so I'm going for their loot. There we go, and straight away it's already a very nice looking shot. So I'm going to primaries, I'm switching to waveform, and I see that my shadows can be a little bit more dominant, so I'll drag them down. And I can play a little bit with midtones as well. And of course, when you're editing a 10-bit shot, it's just, you have so much more freedom. You have so much more options, and the colors are so much more, like vivid and dominant, and especially when you're working with models, and especially when you are, really focused on model videography, having a camera with this kind of quality, this kind of setting is well, I think it's an important investment, you know, eventually. You don't have to start straight away with a camera like this. In my case, this is a Lumix S1, the same one that I'm using right now for this shot. And but I bought my Lumix 1 year ago, and I've used it for amazing projects. And if I look back at my career, I can easily say that this was the best investment that I've done. Okay, so let's play around with the primaries again and the contrast as well. There we go. Okay, so for now I like this shot. Let's go for the white balance. We switch to vector scope. There we go. We see that well, especially the colors of her dress and the grass in the background is a bit dominant. Her skin tones, but also the wall on the right as well. So I'm going to use the offset first. Try to balance it a little bit. I want the whites to be white, and from what I see right now, I already like where this is going. Today I'm not going to work too much on the white balance. I don't want to create a certain look. There are other tutorials that I've made that if you are interested in, that's where I discuss, where I show it, how I do it. But today it's just a very short tutorial just to show how easily you can, you know, work with a vlog shot. One last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of mid-tone detail, make it a little bit more crispy. There you go. And of course I can do so many other things. You know, I can add a little vignette here as well. And let's just use a very simple vignette just to make sure, because we have, of course, many different colors that are grabbing our, you know, especially the highlights are grabbing our attention. And so what we want is to center the shot a little bit more to make sure that our focus, even though this vignette is not really it's not really that visible, but still it helps a lot. One last time that I'm playing with the mid-tones and a little bit more saturation, and that's about it. So this was the shot before, and this is the shot after. So I hope that you like this tutorial, very short one. This is only about the vlogs and how to use it in DaVinci Resolve. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to have, you know, more of my content videos, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done it yet. Like this video, leave a comment, perhaps on a topic that you would like to learn more about, and also subscribe to my email list, because that's where I'll be sharing some more exclusive stuff and things that I won't be posting on YouTube or other social media. So again, thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video. And by the way, I'm putting this shot, this footage, in my Dropbox, so you can download it yourself, so you can edit it yourself and experiment with it. So thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.